right? Back to the question. I just want to kind
Yes.
of like give a concept, because if anyone asks me, if you're wealthy back home in Nigeria, not an average person, you're wealthy back home in Nigeria, stay at home, don't come outside. That wealth you have is meaningful there. It's not meaningful here. But then when it comes to being an average Nigerian, right? We've talked about everything. We've danced around the circle. Now, considering all these facts, is there anything that's worth it for an average Nigerian, if given an opportunity to move outside the shores of the country, it's going to say, you know what, I think I should stay in my country? Is there anything you see in that regards? Right? I'm not trying to put you on the spot here. I'm just saying for people that want to make such hard decisions, of course, you got to pray about it, right? But then you want to make that decision and be like, you know what, I'm just going to stay back in Nigeria. I think there are some good things coming out of Nigeria. What are those things that would make an average man want to stay, not leave the shores of his country for another one outside? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for that question. Stay or live in the country if you are doing well. So the first thing, like you have said, is I believe that, especially when you're coming from a country like my dear country, Nigeria, and every other African country, we are religious, which is fantastic. So the first thing is to pray about it, which you have said. After praying about it, let me say that relocating is not as difficult, or should not be as difficult as we put it. I've been in the corridor of church right from time till now, and I know one of the things, in my time, the relocating stuff was not this lousy. It was not everywhere. And see, let me also correct that. People believe that people who just relocate, they call them japa. I don't even like that language, but let's say for the purpose of this discussion, they say people who just relocate, they are too lousy, right? They keep on talking, especially they say people in United Kingdom. There is no empirical fact, like Rufai will say, to back up the fact that people who left earlier are not lousy. But let's believe that it was the internet that deprived them. Have you don't you realize that we now have people in their 60s nakeding themselves, trying to go naked on social media to get content? So if the internet was, like I said earlier on, the internet is a leveler. If we have it as it is now, many of them will shout, they will make those noise. People just want to talk. We like competing. It's normal. So let's just leave the other. The same way I don't like when people talk more about the Gen Z. No generation is better than the other. Let's leave them out of it. So, but when you're talking about stay or leave, after you must have prayed, then the next question I'm going to ask, or the person is that, why do you want? So I was trying to build a content. That was why I went to that place. I was trying to build a foundation that relocation should not be that tough. So, and I said, when I was, I've been around the church. When I was in university, it was not really about relocating. But the one thing that we always shout about, we're always very careful about, is making who to marry, the decision of who to marry. Hey, if you miss it, that's the end. If you check, the noise was so much on that. Now, the same way we place so much emphasis on it is the same way we are shifting it now to relocation. If you observe very well, when that relocation was very at its peak, even the church, majority of the church leaders, mostly, they left their pulpit to discuss relocation. Everybody was speaking against it. Some people are speaking for it, and here and there. But the truth of the matter is that, as far as the Christians are concerned, we believe that we are in the world but not of the world. So it means that even from that, we relocated to this place. We are not actually from here. Whether you're in Nigeria, you're anywhere. When I was in Nigeria, I taught almost 5 states for my education. Almost 5 states. So is that not relocation? Oh, okay. When I finished my university, I didn't have a job for 2 years. First 6 months, first 6 months, no job. So second 6 months, I went to write to a place and worked there for free. Then I didn't have a job. Then I had to relocate to Lagos. And within 6 months, I changed 3 jobs. Within 6 months, 3 jobs. I could have stayed in Nigeria. In Osun State, and be saying, you better not be missing, or you be So there is this balance that we need to put to life and understand the fact that location has been for long. So there is no dark shadow about it or thick shadow about it. It should not be something that should be so complicated to make. Having established that, now should I or stay? A lot of questions. Why are you going? Like you said, you paint the picture of someone who is very comfortable. You have everything working for you. Then the next question is, why do you want to move? So there are many things legitimately that will make you move, that may give you a platform to move. Like I said, even when you are comfortable in Nigeria and in my country, and you don't have access to some people, you can still be in pain with your money. You can still suffer with your money.
Yes.
You can still get to hospital and only one doctor is attending to some numbers of people. You can still, a lot can still happen. You can still, a Mikra guy or a thug or a tout, anyone can still stop your car and embarrass you, and there is nothing you can do. You can still be in traffic for hours. It happens in some advanced cities also in outside the country. So we need to understand some of these things. So when it comes to why do you want to go, then those are the questions that you might not begin to ask yourself. I think at this level where I am, I want to go because of this, because of a lot of my friends that I know who relocated a lot. Some are still in Nigeria doing fantastically, and that's why we need to balance the two, doing well. Now, people who left, some of them are working in organizations that, assuming they are in the country, they might be able to work there, but it might be very difficult. So they had opportunity because of the education, because of the fact that they are in the country. They could work in some organizations that if they were in Nigeria, it would be a talk of war to get there. That's number one. So if that person that you painted, like if that persona is someone that wants to build his career to a level where he felt, I can only get it. Why did I leave? I left not because of, and that's why I always have that discussion. Look back and confirm in some of the platforms we belong to. I always say that it was not because Tinubu or anybody that pursued me from Nigeria. No, from my university date, I already said that if I'm going to do a master, it's going to be outside the country. I already said it. And when I started my first job, I don't need a master to grow into the next level. So I didn't bother. But when I needed to move to the next level and I needed my master, I said, it is the right time to go. And that was why I left. So everybody has different reasons why they leave. So if you're able to really track down the reason why you are leaving, that can make you to leave. So it's all about personality. That's what I'm saying now. You need to take your time and decide, why do I need to go? Now, if you want to stay also, you need to be able to decide things are working fine. And most times when you want to plan whether to stay or not, you should be futuristic. You should plan about time, about look at the future in the next few years. What am I going to look like? What are my needs going to look like? Is this present situation, is it going to answer those questions? If yes, why not? If it's not going to answer the question, why not the other way around? So the other two are available, but the extreme of everything is bad. So don't assume that if you leave, things will just start picking up, like things will just move. No, it doesn't work that way, because the truth of the matter is that if you also leave from Lagos to Kaduna, if you relocate from Lagos to Kaduna, and it's not job that took you there, you're going to struggle a bit before you even get a job, before you stabilize yourself. So the same way we always forget when we relocate, and for the first few months we are not getting job, and it seems like they lied to me. They didn't lie to you. Try it in Nigeria also. Move from one state to another. It's just a matter of time. You're going to need time to know where to apply to the kind of network that are available, resources that are available, before you balance some of these things. So I want to say that it's personality. You need to know what are your needs, what is motivating you, and decide whether to go or not. If you go, you need to put in the work to be successful. If you stay, you need to put in the work to be successful. The only thing is that a lizard in Nigeria might eat stone, but a lizard in the United Kingdom might eat egg. But at the same time, both of them are still lizard. Thank you.
I have a friend here in Canada. He's in a particular spot as we speak. My friend, currently, he has $150,000, which he wants to put down for his mortgage, which is the down payment for mortgage of about 1.2 million. So, and he's 40 years old. He's 40. So he's thinking, and he has never owned any property back home in Nigeria. So currently he's now thinking, what should I do? Send the money home to get the property home? Or should I just put that down here for to start my mortgage? And remember, he's still going to 1.2 million. He will be paying that every month. I know there are many people in this spot, this particular situation now. So what do you advise?
Thank you so much. When it comes to property or anything in life, we like I said from the beginning that we are constrained by a lot of things. My exposure, risk that I've took, and a lot of things that I've read and stuff like that. So let's put that aside. Now let's talk about should I buy mortgage when I have that huge amount, because that's a huge amount of money, or should I? What is considering is I'm 40. Should I go into mortgage ladder in Canada, or should I go and build in Nigeria? It depends on a lot of things, a lot of factors. Number one, there is no good or bad answer. People do things for different reasons. And whatever be the reason, if you are able to achieve that reason, because after all, you are still going to be the one to convince yourself that I'm successful or not. The definition of success is not in anybody's hand. Whether you're successful or not, you still be the one to tell yourself, Okunrinemi. So it's not about me that will tell you, because even if I tell you and you are not successful inside of you, you might not be impressed. And we need that self success. I don't have data to back this up, but I believe one of the most important figure in our life that always want us to be successful and that tells us as it is, our fathers. And I miss my dad so much in that. They can look to our face and say, you are not yet there. This is what you do. Their opinion matters a lot to us. After that, it is about you. So what I'm saying is that if building in Nigeria will give that person satisfaction, why not? The Igbos do it a lot. Now, and that's by going to their local place to go and build there. And they go there once in a year. But if getting on the mortgage ladder in Canada will give you another success too, why not? Because it's another discussion, it's another broad discussion. For example, we'll be talking about age factor. You are now 40. We'll be talking about the fact that you are not paying total money. That's in Canada. We're talking about the fact that you're just putting a deposit on land. You still have to pay on. But at the same time, we're also talking about the fact that if you take that money also to Nigeria, you're going to face inflation. You're going to build a house that you might not go there in the next 2 years. Are you that comfortable to go and build a house of millions of naira in Nigeria and it's just there when you can also use it to generate something? So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of this and that in it. There's an economic consideration. There is the health consideration, your own capacity to work also. What kind of certification do you have? What is your work life going to be in the next 5 years, 10 years? What about your age? What about your children? What are the expenses that are going to come in place? I always tell people when we have a chat that, see, our parents, most of them, our average person in Nigeria, we didn't know that we don't really have much until when we started going to university. That was when we started having the challenges. We know that one person had to wait for another person, But God helped my family so well. They put a gap. All of us, 4 years. That's the difference. So, go see Kotubalawan University, kind of that kind of arrangement. But many of us, we had that challenge. So that is when we knew that, this thing is tough. Also outside the country, there are some of the immigrants that believes that their children should not use loan for university. Now, don't forget, what you'll be paying for university in Canada or in United Kingdom is not the same thing you'll be paying in Nigeria. So the question is, now you are 40. When that time comes, do you have the buffer? Can you still conveniently look after those guys? So those are the questions I will now begin to ask. Okay, even if I'm earning at this pace for the next few years, am I that comfortable? Can I still look at these expenses or not? So that's why I said it's a tough one. I can't say yes or no. There's a lot of consideration. But at the end of that consideration, if the person is married, I will still maintain that it is about their decision. Both of them should decide whatever is good for them. If it is to go and build in Nigeria, so be it. When the house is ready, please let them tell us. I'm going to send money to buy champagne. And if they want to buy also in Canada, fantastic idea. Whatever it is all about their money. Let them enjoy their money. And God bless them. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the one thing I like about this is the way you're dissecting all these questions. Because when you talk about it, you've even answered a chunk of my questions that I have written down. And with your introduction alone, you've answered a lot of questions, that you have a lot of in-depth knowledge. In Nigeria, we'll say you have plenty oil we can tap.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, indeed.
I just have one more question to ask you.
Okay.
And You've talked about both sides, which I really do appreciate, and I believe the viewers also appreciate. For someone that wants to relocate, more of, I would say, heightened expectations. And I'm going to give an example. Like when I relocated myself, I had a lot of high expectations, and I'm going to talk about it with the educational background, because I have my master's in Nigeria, and when I moved in here, I was looking at all these the jobs, because I was a job bank. Yeah, I think we use job bank in Canada here. I was looking at job bank, and I'm seeing all these jobs. Like, I think there was a guy to work in a store where they sell gold, but like a store manager. And then I look at the qualifications. They talk about just have a high school degree and stuff. In my head, I'm thinking about it. I have my master's. Piece of cake. I should get that job. I didn't get any interview. And you see, even cleaner, there are some skills they expect you to have. You don't have that skill, if you like to be a professor, no, you ain't getting the job. So is there a way, because you're very good at summarizing things and breaking it down in bits that people do understand. So my question is this: for a young Nigerian that wants to leave the shore of his country and wants to come outside the country, how can you help manage his expectation or high expectation? So we don't come here and then we feel disappointed. We don't come here and end up on the streets.
So to the question, thank you very much. You have said a lot. Expectations are always on the high when people are relocating or when people want to relocate. They always have expectations, and see, these expectations has been built over the years. For example, when even the internet is not as bubbling as it is, when they say that someone, that house, Omo Babaye is in London, you always feel like, Omo, they are changed for life. Those people came from London. There's a woman in my town, in Iwo, Mama Almarom. She's actually a white woman. She's dead now. We always look at her like gold. She always, Yibo. That makes us even call her Yibo. I'm sorry for, we like this aspect of outside the country, kind of this idea, So there's that expectations that when you're outside the country, you are made for life. That's not correct. That's not correct. If it's correct, even the indigenes will not be suffering. I hope we know that the indigenes are also suffering. So, and that's to say something about even the mortgage. An average indigene gets a mortgage later in 20s, 18s. Does that solve their problem? They are still working now. Anyway, so that's no way I'm going. So, to the issue of you coming to anywhere, number one, please lower down your expectations so that you will not be shocked. Because you will be shocked. You will prepare 1,000 and 20,000%. You'll be shocked. I always say that when you relocate, either to UK, to Canada, or let me say UK because I'm limited to UK, but I have people all over. But at least for UK, I always say that when you come in and for the first 2 months, you didn't have a day when you thought that, Omo, am I supposed to be here? Then it's either you are not doing well in Nigeria before you jump, before you move. I'm telling you, because when we move, people move in their 30s and their early 40s or late 20s. You're at a time where some things are really working in Nigeria. You have expectations. So when you move here, there are some things that you quickly want to start doing. And in this place, it is about process. If you don't register, you can't get a house. If you don't have a NI, you can't do this. If you don't do this, you can't do the training. If you don't do this training, you can't get this job. If you don't get this license, it doesn't matter even if you're a PhD holder, like you said. They can't employ you as a cleaner. So there are systems, there are things you must do. And as you begin to do it, then lines begin to open, opportunities begin to open. And that's why people always say that the longer you stay outside this country, the more things become easier. You leave the level of, I'm just getting stability, to a level of, okay, I think now I can put my 2 legs on ground. Now I can begin to plan. I don't even forget. Now, if you're in Canada, fantastic. If you're in UK, you're not even sure maybe your visa will be cancelled tomorrow. So So that is also there, and that affects a lot of things. It affects investments, it affects decisions, it doesn't allow you to plan ahead of time. Most times, you are short-sighted because you don't even know, maybe tomorrow someone will come and say, all of you go back to your father's house. So those kind of things are there. So it affects immigrants and that's why most of the time when you look at wealth and you're looking at the immigrant side of it, you are not fair to them when you are judging them, because there's a lot of things that are involved in this our head, that we're battling a lot. So now, after I've said that you should lower your expectation, the next thing is going to be that, let me tell you this, your network will determine how your life is going to be relatively outside the country. Whatever people are doing in your cycle, that is likely going to be what you're going to do. Whatever information you have in your cycle, that is likely what you're going to do. You know why? Because in this place, it is all about system. But in our country, it is more of referrals. And that's why I said, most times, even when you are living a comfortable life in our country, you still need people. You need brother to go. You need auntie to live your life. So most of the things we want to do, even on government platform, if we want to do our passport, we still need one person that is working. So we always like referral, people talking to us about Loba, about Oluseun, about this. So when you come to outside the country, you always think that's the way it works. You always believe that whatever your brother Lagbaja that has been here over 5 years tells you is the right way to go about it. That is not true. And most times, your brother Lagbaja will also wait for you, that I told you to go and pick that job, you didn't go. But over Rishe, he will remind you, we don't allow people to explore. Because bills are running in this country. So you don't even have the luxury of time to explore. You just have to get a survivor's job. The problem now is that you cannot be so comfortable with the survivor that you don't look outside the survivor. That's the point. We don't look outside that survivor kind of environment, whatsoever that environment puts you. And there is also a noise outside that is not true. People always believe that everyone that relocates do menial job. That is not correct. I need to say it is not correct. There are people in United Kingdom, in Canada, in everywhere that never did menial job for one day. And when you also say menial job, it is by definition. So if you are not here and you've not practiced it, please, can you leave them? And even if it's the menial job, if someone decides to do your so-called menial job for years, can you leave them for their life? In as much they are not calling you to help them out to sort their bills, can you just respect that and let them be? So please lower your expectations. Don't promise what you can't give, even from living at home. Don't tell them after a few months, worry. You are in what? And Jesus 3, I will take care of your school. You will not. You will not. I am telling you, you will not. Because you yourself, you don't pause your life to start looking after you. Your life will keep moving. Bills will chase after you. You can be in Nigeria and not work for one day, and don't worry. If you don't work for one day here, you will be the one asking yourself, it is normal because the bills are running. So please lower the expectations. If you lower the expectations, don't rely on just what people tell you. Listen to people, but at the same time, research. This is a place where you have 24 hours light, you have internet. Research. Whatever anybody tells you, go into Google, ask questions. What kind of certification do I need? And listen to people who are successful. Follow people who share good content online. Don't just be online and be strolling, because that's one of the challenges. You are here now, there is light, there is network, don't do that. Make sure that you put yourself into it, and if you are ready, sincerely, I can assure you that things will work out fine. The same way, if you stay in the country and you put in the work, things will be better. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun. We really appreciate this. And let me put it this way. This will come to the end of this podcast now. You really, honestly, Oluwaseun, we are blessed to have you on board. Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll be seeing more of you, because we still have a lot to talk about. I know you have a lot to share with us there. So viewers, thank you very much. Don't forget to follow, share, and comment. And Oluwaseun, do you have anything to say? Oluwaseun Dada?
Just in my head, we were thinking of bringing you back right away, because there is a lot we can start from you. You have oil well inside you. You need to extract it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be here. Thank you for the great things you're doing. Because like I said, people decide, everybody has platform today, and people decide whatever they want to dish on that platform. So where people are just dishing out different contents that does not help, where people are innovating different things that is killing the generations ahead, I hope, I'm happy that there's a platform where we can come together, educate ourselves, learn from ourselves, and make a better decision Thank you so much for bringing me on board. Thank you, guys.